Hey there gardeners, it is a 38-degree day here in Tennessee. It's December, but I'd still like to continue growing some stuff indoors. And to do that, there's a lot of options out there. You can put together your own kind of grow setup with lights and trays and stuff. But this is another option that you could do. This is the Vego Garden 4-tier grow light garden. It all comes as a kit. You've got 4 shelves on it. You've got lights that go underneath each shelf so that you can supply light to the plants on the shelf below. So there's a lot of really cool features with this, and I'm excited to give it a try. They sent this to me. I've tried out several of their products before, and they've all been really good products that I really enjoyed. I even bought a couple more raised beds from them. So what we're going to do is put this together. I'll show you the features of it, how it works, and just kind of give you a good synopsis over it. So if this is an option you want to consider, you can kind of pick it out. Don't forget to check the description for links to this product and some of the others that Vego may have that you might be interested in. So I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Let's get started. Okay, so here is basically what it comes with. It has this piece right here, which it says to remove these plugs. I'll do that in a minute. It has some side pieces, has some other supports there, and has 4 of the little shelves over this way, as well as 4 caster wheels that you can use to kind of move things around, which I think is really important if you're indoors to be able to relocate it if you ever have to change your mind on where you put it. It also comes with this grow light set, and there's 4 of them in here, but they have a system for the 2 shelf that includes 2 lights, and I think there's a larger system that's like a 4-foot wide shelf. Not sure how many lights that one comes with, but this particular one we've got 4 to use on. All right, so this piece right here you turn upside down, and it included these little plugs in it, so I took them out so we can do the next step, which is simply taking this piece here and sliding them in. You can see that there are these little locks that go into the channels here, and so we'll just slide that down in and put it together. And it snaps into place just like that. So we'll do these on the other side as well. And there's really only one way to do these, so it would be hard to mess up. So once we have these in, we're going to continue the process and continue up and kind of create a ladder shelf effect on them. So we'll just continue sliding them and locking them. So now we've gotten to where we're putting in the bottom feet, and each one's labeled. This one's got an H5, there's an H4, H8, and an H9 on this particular version. Just be sure you're paying attention to the instructions, because if you're using a different shelf system, they've got all the instructions in here for each one. And so you want to make sure you're on the right one when you're doing the right thing. So this one here, the H5, will stand up here toward the front and lock it in, and then go ahead and get these others into place. Now you'll notice here this is an H8. The back side of it has a couple of screw holes here for some cross members that are going to help to support it and hold it together. So we'll have to make sure that those are toward the back of everything. Every one of these Vego products gives you the tools that you need to kind of put it together. So what we've got here are these little screws. I use an Allen wrench to just kind of put them in. We're going to use those for the cross pieces that go right here and help to support it. So those cross supports are going to go in next using these little F8 screws. And I'm just going to kind of hand tighten these, or finger tighten them, until I can get them in place, and then I'll tighten it all down with the tool. Now if you'll notice, there's a little bit of extra room here, so if you find out that your legs are not straight, you can loosen this up a little bit and adjust them just a little bit. So you've got some room there, then you can tighten it back down and you're good to go. So the shelves act as trays. They actually will catch water for you, so you're not going to have to worry about your floors getting damaged. And there's two types. There's a deeper one and a more shallow one. The deeper one goes on the very bottom, so that's what we're going to put in next. We'll probably have to turn this down on the floor so we can easily set this in. And then these are going to be your mid-level shelves up on the rest of the shelf setup. So let's go ahead and do that. Now each of these screws comes with a little bit of a washer that you put around it that serves as a gasket to keep water from escaping from the corners of the tray. So just one more thing to help protect your floors. So it comes with 4 different caster wheels. I've got 2 already on it, but what I wanted to show you was here. This one here that doesn't have the lock on it goes in the back of the shelf, and then this one goes in the front. That way, when you're pushing it into place, you've got an easy way to lock and unlock that wheel into place. So as you can see, it will roll really easily and smoothly all around, and we can just easily pop the locks in the front and get those wheels into a solid state so it doesn't go anywhere. Next up, we're going to put in the shelves on here. There are some clips that you put on here if you want to fasten it to the back of your wall. I'm not set on where I'm going to leave this yet, so I'm probably not going to put those in, but I do recommend you put them in if you're going to be in the same spot for a good period of time. So the first shelf we'll put on this one. This is the V2, and it's got this contour on the side of it, and it goes somewhere here in the middle. Just like this. Get it into place where it can be nice and secure. And then we've got the other shelves too. We'll put one over here, and one more up here. It doesn't have to sit there. We can reorganize these. In fact, I'm probably going to move this one down a shelf. Just there. And this one down a shelf. And then this one down a shelf. And you can adjust the height of these. If you've got your lights up here and you want them closer to have better lighting, then you can do that too. Just however you want to do it, I think will work just fine. So for the lighting, this is what you get. You've got these neat little lights that are all LED here. On the back side, you have a magnet that will hold it to the bottom of the shelf. And on the side, you have these connectors right here so you can run them in series. On the front, you've got different settings you can change it to. For example, seeds, leafy greens, your fruits, your herbs, and then microgreens is what I think that one is, M greens. So it's got some really cool features in that you can change the lighting based on what you are growing. All right, to set these up, it comes with this little 3M magnetic strip here, and then this piece, which is your mount that you'll put underneath each one of these shelves. And you can see it nicely fits. It's got this little rounded out section with a piece of metal here for the magnet to sync up with. So I think what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to go ahead and remove this little piece here, which is always harder than it looks. So I'll remove that piece here, and now I've got this sticky part of the magnet ready to go. And I'm just going to center it where I need it to be. And there it is. You've got a little bit of leeway where you can adjust it just slightly, but that's all you need to do to get those set up on each shelf. These are these little magnetic clamps that allow you to route the cords how you want them to go around it. So you put your cord through there after you get everything kind of set up, and this will keep your cords out of the way so you don't have to worry about them with watering, getting in the way of the plants and whatnot. So really good idea. Keep everything magnetic, and it's just simple to connect stuff that way. So here is the completed plant shelf. You can see there all 4 shelves are on. We've got the lights going. Let's take a look at those lights real quick. You can see there the LEDs are all lit up. There's a power button right here to turn it off and on. And then you've got this little setting switch right here to change it to leafy greens, fruits, herbs, microgreens, and back again to seeds. So that's where it's set. So if you need to adjust the light capacity that's coming onto your plants, that's how you do it. You can see here I've got the cords fastened up with these little magnets. I do think that if they went with white cords, that would be a lot better, because then it would match this and be a little less noticeable. It's hard to get those where they are completely unseen because you've got to have power, but I think changing the color to a white would be a lot better. So you can see here I've got some plants up here. I've got quite a few more that I can stick on here. I've got some rosemary that I'm going to pot up and put up here that I rooted, and we'll let it grow on a little bit, see what I can do with it over the winter. But these are overwintered plants that I dug out of the garden. Some pineapple sage, a salvia leucantha, which isn't necessarily hardy here, so I pulled that out. Also made some cuttings from that too. And in this pot, I've got a mix of some pineapple sage cuttings as well as a mint right here. Just kind of a hodgepodge pot to put out later. On the next shelf, I've got some of that lemon verbena that I did from cuttings. And then right there, we actually have some dragon fruit that we grew from some store-bought dragon fruit. We just took the seed out of it and grew it. So I've got some more room. That bottom shelf right here might be the perfect one to do a little bit of seed starting, because I've got the light down very low, which should allow for a small tray to go in there and be able to get some seeds started. And then the bottom shelf, I don't have anything planned for, so what I'll probably do is turn the power off on the shelves I'm not currently using, so I'm not wasting energy, and just utilize the top two shelves until I've got the other things in here to put on them. So overall, everything went together nicely. The only trouble I had was getting a couple of the screws in on the bottom piece. I didn't want to cross thread them, and they were having a little difficult time setting, but eventually I got them just fine. So just be patient if you're doing that, and make sure that you get them in the right place and don't force something. The only criticism I have are these cords. You know, I would love them to be white instead of black, because then they would not stand out nearly as much, but you need them for functionality, so that you got to have them. Now I'm going to add a timer to the bottom so I don't have to come and flip these on and off all the time, just to make life a little bit simpler as far as that goes. And you know, timing is all going to depend on what you're growing, so it's going to vary quite a bit. I'll probably have these on about a 14-hour timer or something like that, so that they can continue to grow. But everything went together really well. I'm really pleased with the product, and check out the link in the description if you want to learn more about this. And I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time right here on Growing the Home Garden. Thanks for watching.